Hi everyone, welcome to Life Tips by Ning. In today's video, I'm sharing the explanation for the 22nd hexagram in I-Ching called Adornment. So let's first begin by looking at the image of this hexagram. The external triagram is mountain, meaning stop, staying still, without movement. And the inside internal triagram is fire. Fire is vibrant, brilliant, beautiful. It signifies culture and civilization. So if we combine the two together, it means a human society. What makes our civilization unique is we develop a set of moral and social standards to kind of define what's right from wrong, to regulate people's behavior. So it's very interesting to compare the 22nd hexagram with this previous one, the 21st, biting through, because the image of this hexagram is exactly upside down, meaning that any two hexagrams, if the shapes are upside down, it's the yin and yang side of the same principle. They're describing the same thing from opposite ends. So the 21st hexagram biting through is meaning using law and regulations and prison to enforce social standards to regulate people's behavior. It's mostly through the punishment, the forceful way. But in contrast, the 22nd adornment one is more focused on the lenient, proactive, cultured way. Like, how can I educate you? How can we promote moral standards to prevent criminal behavior? So even though both hexagrams' intent and purpose is to regulate society, make people, prevent people from doing the wrong thing, the approach are the opposite. So that's the first meaning of this 22nd hexagram. And of course, the second one is pretty obvious, is to beautify something, is to embellish, to decorate. Because you light a beautiful campfire under the mountain, it makes it prettier, it enhances beauty. So that's the second meaning of the 22nd hexagram. But it doesn't stop there. It's more the wisdom about it. It's related to superficial external beauty's relationship with our deep down substance, your essence, what makes you who you are, your intrinsic beauty. So it's that balance between the outside and the inside. Because if you emphasize too much of the external look without the substance inside supporting it, it's a fake show. It's not gonna last long. You'll run out of fuel because you don't have the real stuff to support it, right? But on the other hand, if you're like totally ignoring the importance of outside, you kind of lose this great opportunity to beautify something, to showcase and enhance your invisible side, the essence of you. So the wisdom of this one is about the balanced degree, the right appropriate level of embellishment, the right level and degree of adornment to achieve the best outcome. So once we dive into individual lines of this hexagram, it's all about these different degrees, the relationship of this decoration versus internal substance. And if you're in that balanced zone, the results are positive. But if you're misaligned, then the result can lead to regrets or unfortunate results. So the first line is typically like moving right from the first to the sixth. It's either like from our young age to old age, or from a lower social status to finally achieving something. So this is somebody with, it says decorate and adorn your toes. So that's a basic form of adornment. It's not super overblown with a lot of fantasy and big scale. It's a very basic form of decoration. And the line description says this person could take a carriage, which only people with high social status could take a carriage in ancient times, but he voluntarily chose to walk on his own feet. What does that really mean? It means like this person doesn't care about the external social status or the form, the superficial stuff. I actually care about the essence of who I am, what I do, and the moral standards behind my behavior. I might actually voluntarily resign, retreat, or withdraw from my prior higher positions so that I can be more down to earth and practical. So if you land on this line, it means you don't care about your reputation or external fame. You actually care about the inward moral, like what makes you unique and who you are. And it's not good or bad. It's just saying this person has some basic form, is that going back to basic and not really caring too much, or you might not even get the fame or social status you used to have, but it's on the voluntary term. The second line is saying decorating his beard. In ancient times for men, beard is kind of how you trim it, take care of it, signifies your social status. Like you can tell what that person's profession is by the beard. So that's why the line description says decorate and adorn your beard. So it means this person is really focused on superficial, like the way they look, how they show and present to other people, which by itself is nothing wrong with it. However, it might have the risk of leaning too much towards that external side, and you need to bring it back to the balanced zone to also focus on the internal substance. And also it says when we move, the beard doesn't move by itself. It depends on the mouth and the skin to move, right? So it also had this image of depending on other people, you might lack critical thinking or independent thinking on your own. And you like to rely on people who are more powerful, stronger, maybe in a higher authority than you to achieve something. But if you land on the second one, the wisdom there is it's normal to care about your external look, but please don't forget to tie it back to your internal substance. The third line is the extreme stage of this internal triagram of fire, right? So it's at this peak of beauty, is the peak of brilliance. It's describing it like a silky texture, super smooth, elegant, and beautiful. There's some grace about it. It's the extreme state of decoration and embellishment, which again is beautiful, it's fine, but it's another reminder that you can't just, anything that's on the looks is not going to last forever. It's all short term. It's shiny and it'll be gone. So it's good for you that you have this peak of brilliance, the ultimate beauty, but please don't forget to maintain your integrity, your moral standards, regulate your own behavior while you have this external brilliance. As long as you're able to balance the two, you can lead to positive results. Moving to the fourth line, this is the beginning line of this mountain triagram, meaning stop. So you suddenly see a contrasting change for the line description from 4, 5, and 6, like compared to the first three. Moving the top 4, 5, and 6 ones are more leaning towards the stopping meaning, like how can I pay more attention, draw it back from outside to inside. So the fourth one is the line description uses a lot of color white, meaning it's plain. It's very vanilla. It's not super colorful, but that's a way to return to authenticity. So you might actually run into blockage or roadblocks through your process if you land on this fourth line. However, because you're you're able to return to your authenticity and stay true to who you are and remain humble, you can turn this blockage around and shoo the trouble away. It's the whole wisdom is about return to yourself, to your true self. The fifth one is typically the guy in charge, the king, right? But it's an yin line. So the line description says, the king who has all this power in the world, it actually is pretty cheap. It's meager. It offers like really tiny little bit of presence to people. So that means this king in charge is actually fairly humble, modest, and very practical with material stuff. It's not going to show his or her respect and sincerity through material things, through external decoration. It's going to show it to you with the invisible stuff, with my sincerity and respect. Because of that, you can turn this original, like you might be perceived as very narrow-minded or not matching your position, or you're too meager. It has some unintended negative result during the process, but because you're able to tie it back to your sincerity of not focusing on external material stuff, you can turn the result around into more neutral and even leaning towards a positive side. Last but not least, this is the sixth line, is the ending stage of this whole adornment hexagram. So it's reaching the end, is meaning I'm transcending this external stuff already. I see the point of intrinsic beauty. This is like anyone's life. It's so true, because in our 20s, we first venture into society. We try so hard for material stuff, right? For clothes, look, how I look, how other people perceive of me. But over time, it goes to the middle age and then venture into that retirement age. After 50, 60, 70, it's like you will focus less and less and less on the external look because it doesn't matter to you anymore. People will go through the full cycle and return back to their intrinsic self, their inner values and who they are. And that's mimicking the whole progress of each line here. So the sixth one is the ending one. It's emphasizing intrinsic beauty. So if you land on this one, it's meaning that it's time to retire, to retreat, to withdraw, stay put. Don't be aggressive or pursue things, actively pursuing things anymore. It's not worth it. And just enjoy yourself. Enjoy that kind of leisure way of life, rather than entrench yourself in this external material, decorative adornment stuff. So that's the whole explanation of the 22nd hexagram in I-Ching. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you next time. Bye.